All right, so I did my little thing on Wednesday in sort of like knee-jerk reaction to Vegas Matt's ridiculous post about martingales. You know, just doing his job as king of the shills and spreading disinformation the way the casinos need it to be spread in order for people to be kind of influenced into betting like Vegas Prats. Um, yeah, so that's kind of a bit of a nuisance, but I'll figure out a way to put that up on the channel at some point. It's just, it's just so ridiculous to conflate any kind of progressive betting with a martingale. A martingale is suicidal. It's the kind of thing that somebody like Crazy Cody Burn Money will do, or the Jack of Farts, or any of those guys, who just throw money away like it's going out of style. And you sort of wonder all the time, is it real money? I mean, is it really? Would they be that stupid if it was actually going to cost them money? But hey, anyway, let's kick off. We've got a new session thingy for the day, and I will move that to there and start a new shoe. And session is today, and we've got fast already, so I suppose I should move that down just a little bit. Yeah, this whole burn card routine, all this smoke and mirrors that the casinos like to go in for, it's all absolute nonsense. It really is. But hey, I guess it adds to the mystique. 1, 2. And there you have it. Back to the min. +1. 51. Repeat. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 8. 15, 8. Gotta move that, it's annoying me. Sorry. 15, 8. So now we're close to the runaway point, but we're going to go to the bank and repeat the bet, 15, 8. Repeating, by the way, is simply just to give you a little bit of a pause. That's the whole plan. We could go straight to 15, 16, and maybe I'm going to regret not doing that, although it would be 15, 17, because it's a banker's bet. But anyway, 15, 8. All right, so now we're on 23, 25. So we're going to run away from this, and we start with player, and it's going to be 2, 3 in thousands, because I need to bump up a little bit. And we could be going to blackjack any minute. All right, start a new shoe. Two, 3 in thousands it is. 1, 2, 3. Fingers crossed. Oh, it's too easy. Back to the min. Win it, then min it. That's another one. Ooh, that's another one. Oops, that was too many. We'll just repeat that. And then that's 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, player. Back to the min. +1. 51. Repeat. And the repeat, remember, is to make sure that we get the right amount on turnaround. We don't want to be taking piddling profits. Double for the loss. 1, 2. 3, 4. Thank you. Oh, John Sirasani has started saying thank you after every win, which is kind of funny. One, 2. 3, 4. Thank you. That's 1. 51. Repeat. 1, 2. Back to the min. 51. Repeat. Back to the min. Double for the loss. 1, 2. Minimum. Plus 1. 51. 2, 3. Minimum. Plus 1. 51. Repeat. 1, 2. Minimum. Stop that. Double for the loss. Repeat. 51. Repeat. Damn it. 1, 2. 3, 4. There we go. Plus 1. Plus 1. Plus 1. Oh, this is too easy. Oops. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do it right this time. We got 1 of those, didn't we? So that's back to the min. So 3,000 in 8 minutes. That's not too shabby. Dana White would not be impressed. Certainly Vegas Matt would not be impressed. Repeat. But I am. Greed is a killer. And one of the great things about this strategy is it tells you when you've won enough. It says, okay, you're there. Repeat. 1, 2. 3, 4. Back to the min. Repeat. Minimum. Plus 1. 1, 2. Did I say plus 1? That was entirely wrong. What I meant was double for the loss. Okay, now 1, 2. 3, 4. Do it again. 7, 8. This is a tricky one because we're so far ahead. 15, 8. Oh, no, 15, 8 going to the banker, but we've got to save this one first. Except we're not going to go to the banker. We're going to call it 3, 2 in 500s and start with player. I never, ever start with a banker bet. I can't stand banker. I stay away from it if I can. But of course I can't always. All right, so we're on 3, 2 in 500s. 5-4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Damn it. 3, 4. Try again. And there we have it. Session balance now 3,850 in just less than 11 minutes, 10.5 minutes. Still not too shabby. 1, 2. Minimum. Double for the loss. Repeat. 51. 2, 3. Oh dear. 5, 6. Thank you, player. Nicely timed. Player is nicer than banker by far. 1, 2. 3, 4. We're in the danger zone here, but we're not at the full figure level yet. So 3, 4. There we are. Minimum. That's 1. Double for the tie because it's 100 or less. 1, 2. Minimum. Double for the loss. Double for the tie. That's 2, 3, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, player. Again. Repeat. 1, 2. Try again. Thanks, player. Double for the tie. The doubling after a tie at 100 or less is simply to goose the turnaround profit. You just want to make a decent amount of money when you turn around, not like those wallies who keep talking about the martingale where you only make 1 unit. What the hell was that? I guess we must have doubled for the him. 51. Repeat. 1, 2. Damn it. Yep. Double for the loss. Double for the tie. Uh-oh. That would be 3, 4, by golly. Yeah, that would be 3, 4. 7, 8. Ooh. We're close to running away again. Well, look at that. All right, back for the min. Double for the tie. Double for the tie. 1, 2. Yay. Minimum. That's 1. 51. Repeat. 1, 2. Minimum. Ooh, we're creeping up here. Is that supposed to be 4? Yeah, that's 4. Oh, that's a double for the tie, by golly. And now we're down to plus max. My feeling is that going above in a winning streak like this, don't go above 5 units, because you just start to get into heavy duty kind of like nonsense. I have lots of people disagree with me on that, but I know what I'm talking about because I have millions of lines of not code but of outcomes, and I do know what I'm talking about. So anyway, we're now on plus max, and we lost it, so we'll give it another go. All right, so we're back to the minimum now. Repeat. 51. Repeat. 1, 2. I have a feeling we're going to have a rollover here. 3, 4. Try again. Ugh. 7, 8. Here we are. We're in danger country now. 7, 8. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 15, 8. Going to the bloody banker. 23. Oh, we're still there. 2316 is 5, 4 in 500s. Oh dear. So that's going to be 9, 8, which is 5, 4 on player. Next shoe. It's getting funky. Could be playing blackjack yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 4 on player. All right, now 1, 2. Now 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh dear, now 7, 8. Obviously a fluke. All right, I'll play this one to 20 if it'll let me, and then I'm going to quit. Double for the loss. Repeat. Minimum. Plus 1. Plus max. Repeat. That would be 3, 4. That would be 7, 8. 15, 8. Running to the banker. We're getting tested here, aren't we? 15, 8 going to the bank. All right, so now we're on 7, 9 to recover our commission. 16, 20. There we go. So commission is covered. We're at 18, so I've got 2 more to go. Oops, wrong spot. Oh, 2, 3. All right, 5, 6 on player. 11, 12, which I think we should call 3 of them. All right, so we're at 23. We made 8,610 in 20 minutes. This time, 111 lost 12. The 11 wins 16,510. The 12 losses 9,400. So if there are still people out there who think that it's not possible to win more when you win and you lose when you lose, I think you're mad. I mean, how many times do I have to do this to make people get their thinking caps on and think, well, duh, maybe Vegas Matt is telling me big fat porkies. Oh, and in case you don't know, that is UK slang for lies. But I think he does that a fair amount because he's a house man. He said many times that he wants to own his own casino, and the only thing that's stopping him is that regulations prevent him from gambling in his own casino. I mean, how stupid is that? Why would he want to? Once you own the casino, I suppose he's thinking of some expansion of his empire, an extension of his show that he's putting on, But it's all crap. It really is. I mean, that guy plays to lose, to entertain you. So, anyway, I'll be back in a mo with the latest worksheet update, and thanks for sticking with me if you did, and if you didn't, well, you won't hear me saying thank you, will you? All right, so obviously I need to do a little cleanup here, just get the facts in. So we made money. That's what we're here for. Yeah, all right. So what the house mouthpieces, the Vegas Mats, and so on, all these people who piss all over the whole idea of progressive betting and always use the martingale as a completely false um, uh, example of progressive betting. What they all love to say is that yeah, you can win, great, but then suddenly, wham, it's all gone, it's all over, and that could happen in 5 minutes. So don't touch this. It's suicidal. It's crazy. It's really, really, really bad. And of course, what the House knows full well is that the only thing that can kick their bloody butts is progressive betting, and that's why they have table limits. That's why they hound people out of the casino if they're winning too much. They know all about martingalers. These people who just go, they drift to one little game and they'll lose two or three times, and then they'll just drift on to another one and put the appropriate next bet down. And they love blackjack because it means that they can hit every so often they'll hit either a natural or a double down opportunity. And if they lose the double down, they just fold it into the thing and on they go and just keep on betting. I've watched these guys so many times. It's kind of like a sport, And yet every time it's come up in any kind of conversation with anybody, they'll say, no, never happens. Never seen that. I've been working in the casino business for 30 years. I've never seen anybody bet like that. I mean, come on. Jeez. An old John Sirasani, who's just in his last video, the Circa Struggle 5, made reference to the fact that if he were counting cards, he'd be in immediate trouble with the casinos. But what he doesn't tell us, of course, is that if he started winning regularly, he'd be in trouble with the casinos. And how he can say he doesn't make any money from Google is beyond me, because he certainly isn't making money gambling. So he's got to be getting his dosh from somewhere and throwing it away, because that's what he does most of the time. Anyway, let's have a look at these for the record. We have 3 wins, 8 losses. Oops, got our asses kicked. Next one. 39 wins, 32 losses. That's a bit better, isn't it? And then we went in the toilet right at the end here. Oh dear. Next one. 27 to 33. Ouch. Not good. We'll find out in a minute what the cumulative value of this lot is, but that's not a good one. Definitely toilet pointed. And then the last one. 11 wins, 12 losses. I think we were actually, no, this is one of the nice ones. It's negative expectation for the clump for the session, and we came out with money.
This is a reminder.
And that's what it's all about. See, now I've learned to put my thumb on the screen and then I can shut her up that way instead of yelling at her. Isn't that good? So there you got it. 11 wins, 16,510, 12 losses, 9,400. And like I said earlier on, if there are still people out there who say, oh, no, you can't possibly bet in such a way that you win more when you win than you lose when you lose. Oh well. I will catch up with you in a bit. Okay, so you're always going to hear from shills and barkers and touts and frontmen like Vegas Matt and Bobby Rivas and Degen Dolt and all the others who are basically there to promote gambling and to offer what they describe as entertainment to the audience out there, to attract people into casinos to try their luck. What you'll always hear from them is, don't touch progressive betting because it could go tits up next time. And that's going to be terrible and it'll wipe out all your profits. And it's just a suicidal, stupid way to bet. You'll never hear them say, well, of course, what I'm doing is, I'm talking about Vegas Matt saying to you, what I'm doing is really, really stupid, except I get my money back at the end of the day and you don't. So who is the most stupid between you and me? Work that out if you've got enough brain power to do it. I mean, we all know that these guys do what they do because they make a ton of money that's not coming in from the gambling tables. And of course, it's extraordinary to hear John Sirasani saying in his last video that he doesn't make any money from Google. He just, I assume that's what he's suggesting, he just makes money at the tables. And if you watch him for any length of time, you see he is not making money at the tables. It would be kind of good, I suppose, to go back to, a year ago with Sirasani and just take the totals from each one of the videos that he puts up. But I can't be bothered, to be honest. I know the answer. And the same applies to all the others. At the end of a year, at the end of 6 months, at the end of 3 months, even at the end of a month, they're screwed. So anyway, there we've got our latest 5-shoe total, which is kind of a tricky one, actually, because we had these are the first 3 shoes played today, and then we had the Rogue, which was where I sort of overreacted, I guess, to Vegas Matt's bit of nonsense, banging on about the martingale and how it doesn't work, and then doing it all wrong. I mean, he was playing it as a win progression, not as a recovery progression. But that's Vegas Matt for you. He always says that he's stupid, and I guess he must be. What does he say? I just push buttons. The rest of them do the hard work, the heavy lifting. And I think that it may actually be so, because his latest outing was really silly. He was, as I say, playing a martingale as bet 100, win 100, bet 200, win, and then you win lots and lots and lots, and then you lose. It's completely wrong. It's the mirror image of what it's about. But anyway, he can carry on being as stupid as he likes, because it helps the message that I'm trying to get across, to, I don't know, several dozen people who were paying attention so far. But this is one of those things that I think is a slow build. I'm in the wrong place really, because the vast majority of people watching the likes of Vegas Matt and Bobby Rivas and Mr. Handjob and so on, they're all of a mindset, if you want to put it the American way. They are open to being entertained by the sight of somebody else gambling, which makes zero sense to me. But there we are. That's me losing out. So what do we get this time? We got house edge against us on the last 5 shoes of almost 3%. We turned that into a player edge of 17.1%. Next time we're undoubtedly going to go bust, but right now we're at 271 shoes. And yes, we've had to go to blackjack a couple of times to bail us out. But the big thing you've got to keep in mind is that the Vegas mats and so on, those are people who are telling you the casino will finally control how much you can bet. Okay, so once you reach the table limit, then you're screwed. You can't go any further. Of course you can. You can just move to another casino, another table, another whatever, until you can make the right bet. And that's why I'm frequently talking about people that I used to watch in the casinos when I was there a lot, the martingale, as you could call them, the people who just go from one game to another, from one casino to another, from they'll go from roulette to craps to blackjack to baccarat. They all love blackjack because there you've got a chance of hitting a natural, which gives you even more than your win target, what you hope to make. And you've got a chance for double downs. And if the double down fails, then you just work that into the total and you keep on going. And that's why the casinos brought in rules about you can't sort of place a bet at a blackjack table until the next shuffle. That's to slow martingalers down. But they won't admit that. They'll say, oh, no, that's for the comfort and satisfaction of existing players who are, they're playing through a shoe and they don't want somebody coming in and messing it all up. Somebody coming in doesn't mess it all up unless they behave extremely badly, unless they're a shill like Vegas Matt or whatever, and they make a stupid bet. They take the dealer's 10 or whatever, and even that mathematically is not supportable. So, you've just got to recognize that as long as you break these sessions into manageable chunks of bets, then you can keep on turning around and turning around and turning around and turning around. And you can keep on making little dribs and drabs of money, which add up at the end of the day to, for instance, up here, a win of, what was it? 11,110. That's with the extra shoe added in, the 2,500. So this time we made 8,610. But we've got to include all shoes. So that's what I did. This lot this time, we lost 2,100, we won 3,950, we lost 350, and then we won 7,110. And that's how it goes. Going down to the chart, you can see again what's going on there. We've got, 8,300, 800,000, 837,000, blah, 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 blah. I'm having trouble with my words like Vegas Matt. 837,467 in we're at 5,144 an hour so far, and yes, we had to run off to blackjack. I think, what was it? Was it 4 times? Let's check it out. 2 there, 3 there, 5 times. Yeah, so there were five blackjack problems for us. Oh, and what's the new thing that's coming in the States? I think it applies to losses this year, I believe. If you're a professional gambler, or if you're somebody who has a tax relationship related to gambling, in other words, if you're saying, okay, so this year I won 726,000 and I lost 912,000. So that means that I owe no taxes and the tax man owes me, or whatever, some sort of complicated thing. Dana White would be able to explain it to you. But now, from now on, instead of being able to apply 100% of your losses as a tax deduction, leaving you with a negative amount, so in other words, no tax to pay, now you can only deduct 90%. That's play in this current year, so that next year, when you're due to do your taxes for this year, you're out of luck. That's the plan. Now I'm told, or I read, that there's pressure on Trump, which basically means, what's in it for him, to change that rule, because it was in his big, beautiful bill, I believe. That's how it worked out. But yeah, that's going to be, they're going to stop that. They're going to give up on that. So I just wonder at what's going on in America these days. Lived there for many, many years. Loved it. Loved the people. Loved the country. Well, not all the people. The gun toters I wasn't too happy with. Oh, geez, I remember taking a long drive from Lake Tahoe down to Pasadena with a guy. We got stopped for speeding, and so he says to the cop who stops him, he says, I just want you to know I got 3 loaded firearms in the glove compartment, and they're all on safety, and I'm a law enforcement officer myself. And so he produces his badge and the whole bit. And so the guy kind of just sighs and says, oh, okay, all right, go. So like this, and of course this is what cops can do. But anyway, no, he had 3 bloody loaded guns in his freaking glove compartment. And I was sitting in front of the glove compartment. So I was not really chuffed about that. But yeah, I thought he was a kind of a nice guy, but a bit creepy. He was certainly into his guns, and I do not understand that any more than I can understand people watching gambling, other people gamble, and calling it entertainment. But hey, what do I know? Down to the Nevada numbers. I like to do this once in a while. 21 is supposed to be a house edge of less than 1%, but they got 13% there. Craps is 1.41%, but they got 16%. Roulette is supposed to be 5.26%, unless you're really stupid and you bet at a 3-0 table. It's 5.26%, but they made 19. Ultimate Texas Hold'em, if you play that, you deserve to lose. 3-card poker, if you play that, then quite clearly you need to be certified. Baccarat is supposed to be about 1.3% against you, but they made 16% and 12%, depending on whether it was mini-back or Baccarat. I don't know why that difference exists, but it does. Let It Ride is another crooked game. Don't touch it. Pai Gow, same thing. Overall, the house edge is supposed to be, slot machines, of course, are ludicrous. You can see here 7.13%, and they range from, the top here, the 1 centers, 9%, down to the easy ones, the $5 ones, 5%. So, whatever. Make of it as, it's the same every time. I say the same thing every time. Believe it or not, take it or leave it, blah, 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 blah. And see you next time.